But I started recording anyway. And he's just got off his chair. He's just got off his fucking chair. Oh, Mass Discussion Podcast, everyone. If you are new to the fucking podcast, this is episode 10. So make sure you watch the other podcasts. And yeah, how we doing, boys? Everything all right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, mate.
Yeah.
What were we just talking about, Ant? About your stalker?
Oh, some girl outrightly put it on me in the gym, and she's just not getting a hint.
Is it like proper two in your face though?
Yeah, like making a beeline as well.
Oh.
Damn me.
It's a little bit sickening because me and Amp there for fucking work, and I cannot stand I love women as much as the next person, but when it comes to my place, that is when you could put J-Lo in front of me and I can happily tell her to fuck off. In that situation.
Fuck off, I'm doing my set.
I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The only person I really look at in the gym is Dan. And she was like, "You didn't wave at me as I walked past." She went, "No, fucking course I didn't. No."
So I didn't even see you there. I was just looking at the fucking squat rack and it was free for once. Just be fucking straight in there.
Must know I misses as well, like, surely.
Oh shit, yeah, because you're fucking hitched up, so this girl's coming after you.
Yeah. So they don't care though, do they? Some don't care.
They like that though. So I know there's some girls out there who like, as soon as you've got a fucking like a girlfriend, they like the fact of trying to get a guy who's got someone. You know what I mean?
It's like when you're single, you're ugly as fuck, and then when you're with someone, everyone wants you.
Everyone wants you. Yeah, there's all this, but there's this thing, and there is. I swear down, there is. There used to be a girl who used to go to the gym I used to go to, and she would only go for married men. Well, like, not married, but like if you're in a relationship with someone, that she was beeline and she was going for you. Tits out, everything. Home wreckers.
What do I say? What do I say about women?
Set the straws.
Set you all the time.
Oh, be heartless.
What?
What?
I can't hear.
What's going on? Dan,
Dan,
what did you say? Dan, what did you say? Here it is.
I think my internet is fucked. I think that's the problem we've got here.
I can hear you now.
Go on.
I'm going to turn the mic. I'm turning the mic off.
You're turning the mic off.
See this mic? There you go. Right. What I was saying is, what do I say to you all the time about women?
Keep it at arm's length. I can't remember.
They want to have. They want what they can't have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do.
I want Ronnie Coleman's physique, still can't have it. I can relate to that. I can work for it, but it's not going to happen. Oh, fucking hell. It's good.
Has everyone had a good week? What's been up to?
Yeah, man. Well, the thing is, yeah, really good week for me. Just obviously, like, get back to 100% on the pec. Yeah. So that's all firing now. I'm feeling fucking like a firehouse. Yeah, it's been really good. Just eat, sleeping, and training. Everything's been fucking going. Jordan's very happy. Literally in the check-in, he was like, "Perfect. We don't need to change anything." Well, that's good. Yeah, so it's really good for me. Just growing, just getting bigger, and enjoying fucking training. Do you know what I mean? Just like beating the logbook and really sort of getting to like know that sort of side of it. Like, do you know what I mean? When you have sort of a long off season, you sort of get to sort of like
you learn the nitty gritty things, then you go in.
You just get to know yourself a little bit. I think you get to we all started this because we love training, but then you get to love training in a way like when you all first went to the gym, you all just go because you went to the gym and you like pumped in a few weights and you thought, well, this is a bit cool. You weren't really going with like a fucking solid plan.
Yeah.
And now you get to like, now it's like you love the sort of really sort of meticulous side of it, where other people would be like, what, it's a bit weird. But that sort of progressing your logbook sort of style, sort of you might be up there the next evening, like tomorrow. I'm thinking, oh, training push. Obviously, it's push, so I'm not as much. But if it was legs, I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit fucking add another 5 kilos on that. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, fuck it, I might even jump for add a 10 for fucking the fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? I'll jump 10 kilos. Fuck it. That's the sort of thing I'm getting now, and I'm really loving training. Do you know what I mean? I've said no, you know what I mean, loads. But yeah, just fucking loving it.
That goes sort
of. That way.
What did you say?
I've been that way since I was 15. I like that progression. I love it. I mean, I've been so long, it feels like now I can't imagine training without a logbook. Weird.
I mean, exactly the same here. I couldn't go in with a session without a logbook. Oh, it's like literally someone said something to me the other day, and I said, about someone's phone, I think, got stolen in the gym. And I said, I don't care about my phone and that and those bits. If someone stole that, then that's my pride and joy. It's my little pink book. Do you know what I mean? I said, that's my pride and joy. Now I know that I can come in for it to do legs too. I know what I got last time, and I know what I got beat.
There's that.
Pardon?
The volume's still shit.
I can't hear you very well, Dan.
I think your signal's a bit crappy as well, Dan.
It's the wind.
My internet is shit. I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's even shit.
We losing him.
What's going on?
It's hopefully it gets better. What are you saying, Dan? I can hear you now.
This is discouraging. I don't even want to do the podcast if it's going to be like this. Actually, pissing me off. What I was saying is, do you get protective over your logbook? You know when you leave it on a bench and you might leave it open and you catch someone reading your logbook?
Not really. I will be if I've misplaced it and I put it somewhere and someone's taken it off somewhere and put it like on the floor or something and I can't find it. I have a little arse flappy moment.
Mate, I caught someone reading through my. I went absolutely ape.
What? What, you full on had a go at them?
Is he right? Yeah, fucking too right. Rude, man. It's more than just numbers that's in there. There's like personal notes you put in there, little like how you feel and stuff like that.
That's true. Fair.
I don't know about you. I write little things in there like, I don't know, at the end of a session I might put like fucking shit set, don't ever let this happen again or something like that. Then you got someone reading through it, it's like, what is this asshole talking about? It's personal. It's like a
yeah. No, I agree with that. That's fair enough. The thing is, my handwriting's so fucking piss poor that no one could understand it.
Yeah,
so it looks so scribbly. My handwriting's awful. That it would look so bad. They'd be like, "What the fuck does that say? What's he writing? Fucking in hieroglyphs or whatever they call it. Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that? Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Oh,
mine's a bit like that. All small, screwed up, multicoloured scribbles.
Multicoloured scribbles. Beautiful. So I'm eating halfway through my fucking thing. Sorry, Dan, you can cut it out.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
I said, did you actually tear your pec?
No, it was. I think it was a strain, but when I didn't have any MRI or anything, they said it was. He said, physio, when he was definitely finished, he was definitely like a few popped fibres or some micro tears in there because he could feel it in here when he was running over it. Yeah, I mean, he said most likely it's because I used to very hunched over, and I have been sorting myself out every time and going to see him weekly, sorting it out. That I did actually feel like my pecs were always tight, like were constantly tight. Like if I went like that, they would like sort of move. You'd feel it move like spasm, where it's been tight and I'm stretching it. It was getting like that.
I thought I had a bit
Done. I was going to say, I've done my pec, not a full tear, but as you say, like, I've got spots in my pecs where I constantly pop fibres and it'll put me out for 4 weeks if I do it.
Yeah. It wasn't like a full-on tear or anything, but yeah, it was. It's not nice, is it? It did swell up when I first did it. I couldn't see the line between my delt and pec. It like
Inflammation.
Yeah, a bit of inflammation. Like I knew I did something. I was a bit in denial. You know, you think you are though, aren't you?
Yeah, you ice it, put a bit, and then just try to crack on.
Yeah. I was like, a good job I got my training partner who's like years and years of experience of lifting and bodybuilding back in the fucking 80s and through the 90s. That he was like, you have definitely not torn it off the bone. You haven't done a big tear or anything when it first happened, because he says you would have fucking known.
Yeah.
Then he told me a story when he was in Germany and a guy tore both his fucking quads and I just heard the fucking like a bang.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I was like, fucking hell. I'm good we didn't do that. definitely didn't do that.
Yeah,
it was more of a, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I've seen someone tear their bicep on a deadlift before.
Yeah, man, that's
like, literally the bicep at full stretch and then like lost the elastic up the top as it snapped. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's literally shot, gone from about 5 inches to about an inch contracted.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's never been the same with it since visually.
No.
Just if you don't have the intensive treatment straight away for a prolonged time, you won't get it ever looking the same again.
No, you're right.
It's like Antoine from Canada, he tore his bicep, and they look basically the same now. Or no, did he tore his bicep or his tricep?
I think it was tricep, wasn't it? I know.
Bicep.
Was it bicep?
Yeah, and it was like
Yeah.
it made it about 2 inches smaller than the other one. But now in his poses, it doesn't look too different.
But then, like you say, I reckon it's the extent of the injury and obviously getting the getting a treatment done straight away, not just sitting on it.
Well, that's the thing. You're in denial. I was a bit in the denial about my knees. I've had a recurring knee injury, and all the time it aches. So I thought, oh, it's DOMS. I just put it in the back of my mind. Me and Dan had a session. I was like, fuck, this is something more than just DOMS. So I went to the doctors, and he said I've got patellofemoral syndrome.
What's that?
It's basically, I had an injury on my knee, and now frequency of training an exercise like a squat has made this flare up. It's treatable. They don't need surgery or anything like that. It's just, obviously now I've gone to like a full-on push-pull leg scheme. Jordan wants you to train legs 3 times every sort of 12 days, doesn't he? So it's just the frequency of the poundage on the knee in a certain position that makes it flare up again. Like, presses don't affect this. Hacks and sort of Smith squat is what really made it flare up.
Really?
Yeah.
So I've had a little bit of knee pain when I was doing a pendulum squat. I told Jordan, I said, I'm gonna fuck it off, pendulum squat, because I'm getting knee pain. He said, yeah, that sounds like the right thing to do. But Smith squat, hack squat, fine, nothing.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's just that your body mechanics don't like a certain movement.
Yeah.
Weird. Like this, I could put not even a plate on the Smith machine and go down and it was hurting. So that just So I told Jordan, he's like, all right, swap your presses out swap your squats out for presses and then like reassess, etc.
Yeah.
Some things.
You've got quite big legs anyway, ain't you?
Yeah, I don't think by taking squats out, I'm going to lose anything.
No, absolutely not.
No. Jordan didn't even back squat really, or any type of squat, did he?
No, I think he
He's a very much big leg presser, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think didn't he hurt himself early on in his career or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he stopped. Yeah, it's fucking true.
So that was just getting myself there and being like, fuck, maybe it is something else rather than just a little pain.
That's pretty nuts. I know you can. A lot of people suffer from the. What's the one when you have the little calcium build at the end of the knee? Is it Os? I can't. Is it
Oscar Slatus?
How do you say it?
Oscar Slatus.
Oh, all right. I thought I was going to say Oscar Slatters. Yeah, a lot of people suffer from that, don't they?
I used to, because I've got no arch in my foot. It's like flat.
Yeah, you need to get fucking orthotics.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I got some ones built from the, not orthodontist,
From the physio, or chiropractor, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wore them sort of every day for the last sort of 5 years. It's gradually built an arch.
My guy makes me train in mine. Oh, the day I trained in them, the DOMs in my legs were just a different level. I know, fair enough, I progressed in my lifts, right? Fair enough. But I've progressed in my lifts before. Like, I know it's heavier than I've ever done before, whatever, granted. So that's got to contribute. But I said to him, I said, I don't know what it is, but would I be incorporating a lot more muscles or have it a lot better? So anyway, these things, my legs were so fucking... I was just sitting there and they were irritating me.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because I used to take them out when I'd done sport, and in one game I put them in for rugby, to play rugby in, and I couldn't walk. It's just, obviously, instead of running like that, you're now running that like that, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that was ridiculous. That was a few years ago, so I never trained them.
The squat, like, swear to God, if you do a leg session in them, right, fucking best thing ever.
So there's a sense, like, I can't wear them, is it Adidas, like, Remo squat shoes?
Oh, what, just the squat shoes, what the powerlifting shoe?
Yeah, I don't get on with them. Yeah. That's better.
Yeah.
I've tried a pair of shoes, they're horrible. I felt like I was wearing bowling shoes.
What do you squat in at the minute?
Converse,
yeah. I just wear Jordans.
Yeah, I just think it's whatever feels comfortable. Like, I've tried that. It feels horrible.
Yeah.
I used to wear Jordans, actually. I used to wear... They probably weren't the best ones. I probably saw, like, Dexter Jackson training and thought, I'm going to wear them.
That's it, yeah.
Jordan 11s, I had a pair of those.
Because everyone's wearing them. Well, that's the thing with me. That's why I started wearing Jordans. I started being at the gym, got a job in the gym, and everyone was wearing decent fucking shoes. And I was sitting there wearing like proper scuffed up fucking Adidas ones as a student. I was like, fucking hell, when I get paid, I've got to buy a pair of Jordans, haven't I? And the guy went, yep. He was like, you got to sort out your fucking kicks. And I was like, all right, mate. Bought a pair. And the worst thing is for me, I was like, I'm not that guy. Like, I don't do anything else. So I wore my Jordans out if I was going shopping. I wore them training. I wore them to work. You know what I mean? And they got fucked within about a couple of months because I fucking had 20 plate marks on them. I was deadlifting in them. I was squatting in them. You know what I mean? I was going to the shop. I was fucking, you know what I mean? I was sleeping in them. Everything.
I love Jordans. Like, I've actually got a collection of Jordans. Like, that's worth quite a bit of money.
Have you?
I've collected shoes since I was like 15. I've got a pair of Jordan infrared 11s. I bought them for 130 quid, and now retail at 900.
See, I don't know. I'm not like a massive Jordan fan, but the only shoes I own are Jordan at the minute.
Some of them are really good, and some of them are like hit or miss. I did see, if I can rest in peace, I've got a pair of Kobe's upstairs, and they've gone through the roof.
Jesus Christ, yes.
Price.
Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. What the fuck's going on? Have you seen on Dan's thing?
Yeah.
If anyone's not watching this, right, Dan is just making his food, casually just an absolute monster. Look at him with his back there, just like making, hunched over his fucking, what is that? His rice cooker. With the fucking rice. Over him. Look, he got his glasses on. He's not happy about it. Yeah, no. Anyway, how's prep going? I wanted to get into that.
Really good, mate. Yeah, Jordan's happy with the progress I've made so far. I haven't lost any weight, but my body composition is just completely swept on.
Isn't that what you want?
It is. Normally, I told Jordan I normally put on about 8 pounds at the beginning of prep. Because I usually go off everything. I'm going to do a very low dose TRT, if that. So when the food goes back in properly, and then the anabolics go back in, I just
explode a bit.
Yeah. But what did I wake up the other day at? 258. I've been 258 now, sort of the last 3 weeks.
You're 258.
Yeah. So before I went with Jordan, I dropped like £10 just by cleaning things up.
Yeah.
On my back because a lot of it was shit. I went a bit sloppy, so I cleaned it up, lost that, and then like that was my starting point. Jordan, I lost £1 in the first week and then gained 3.
All right.
But he's happy with how things are progressing. I'm really happy.
What's he done? Has he changed your food at all?
Yeah, he's this week sort of the major change. He's changed my rest day food, sort of dropped that quite a bit. He's put in like 25 minutes of fasted cardio on a rest day, which is quite nice. I like fasted cardio. 8,000 steps every day.
8K steps. How much your fasted cardio?
25 minutes on a bike at 130 beats per minute.
How many weeks out are you?
13.
13. All right. And that's just on a rest day cardio?
Yeah, just a rest day, morning. That's it.
It's decent. It's decent. So how many weeks you been prepping for?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only 3 weeks in, and it's pretty fire. All things fire. What show are you doing?
I've already qualified for the British, NABA British, but I always feel better in myself the second show. So I'm doing the Midlands qualifier.
Are you doing NABA then?
Yeah, I'm doing NABA because before I make the switch, I want the titles, and that's my last year as a junior. So I just want to spend this year hammering getting that British title, and then probably move from NABA and go PCA or wait a year.
Yeah. See, I never did a NABA show.
Well, the only reason I did is because my coach was a previous NABA competitor, so you sort of just fall into their shoes when you don't really have a clue. You know?
Yeah.
You get it. But I like NABA. NABA was really good. The last 2 years gone a bit downhill because they lost all their funding and stuff.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that.
This 2 years were really good. Like they'd offer to fly you out to the Worlds and any other shows you wanted to, if you got the placement, obviously.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And now they've lost their funding. It's a bit.
Yeah, they've been sponsored by this chemical warfare, but they were with like USN.
Oh yeah, because they were. Because actually, I think that were they with USN last year or the year before?
They sponsored the Universe.
Oh, right, that's it. Yeah.
To NABRA as a whole.
Okay.
But they're quite stuck in their ways of not moving with the generation. Like in a way, to be competitive, they've got to move with PCA and keep up with them.
Yeah, PCA are quite current, aren't they? What's going on, social media wise, etc.
It's run by a guy who's quite into it, quite young, fresh. He knows what people want, doesn't he? Where the people in NABRA are still very like old school. They want it their way, and they're not really willing to change with the time.
Yeah.
Which
I think NABA though. Every show I've been to, every NABA show I've been to. Now I've never been to the British. I've never been to the uni, but every kind of local qualifier show, like the Midlands, it's been shit. Shit. Like the venue is like an old church. And
I've heard that before.
The stage is like, you know, back when you were a kid and you do the Christmas play.
Yeah.
It's like that. The lighting is shit. Makes you look shit. I just don't see what draw they're bringing to have more athletes compete in that federation. So it's no wonder PCA are taking over.
Yeah, PCA like
they're taking over quite quick as well, haven't they?
Because they've come out like.
Is it Ryan Alexander who runs PCA? Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they've come out of sort of like being they went from like being a small federation to big like overnight, really, isn't it?
They've got international federation now as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
PCA Australia as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. The thing is that they're very like you say, the shows are really fucking well done. Like there's a big when I did it, they're big TNT. I think TNT sponsored with them, and they had the big TNT thing. So there's a big backdrop of stuff going on, And, you know, in the body power show, you get fucking an actual screen. So if you're doing your back shot, you can see your back shot on the fucking screen. You know what I mean? I didn't have that in the British. I was like, fuck, when I went to watch the body power show, I thought, fucking, I could have done one of them. But that's cool, isn't it? That's those little things, probably not, they don't cost a little, but they go a long way for competitors, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The British this year at the Rica Arena, mate, the venue was amazing. Like, huge. We had so much room, like, backstage to pump up and, like, tan in. Because it's a whole stadium. They had the whole thing to themselves. And the stage and the lighting was great. I mean, the London PCA was good. Like, everything about it was good. The pump up was a bit small.
Where was that? Where was it this year?
It was at Watford Coliseum.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, but it was poorly run.
Okay.
For my class anyway. They gave us, like, they told us to be on in 30 minutes. Then they changed the novices and they changed novices round with the juniors. They put the juniors first when we were meant to be after novice.
Oh.
And they got us on way earlier than they said they were going to. And it's because of that, I had a meal about 5 minutes before going on stage.
So you're puffing and blowing. Yes! Fucking putting you through the paces on the stage. Fucking hell. Who were you competing with at the how many juniors were there at the London show?
I was only another guy turned up.
Oh, was it? When I did the London show, it was busy. It was a busy show. I had looked at someone, I was like, oh, the Welsh had just gone, and there was none of the Welsh was quite busy. One of them wasn't as busy. Cumbria, there's 4 juniors. I was like, oh, that's not bad. And then when I did mine, there was fucking loads of kids. I was like, oh, fuck. That's a fucking hell.
Hopefully the Central will be good this year because it's the first time it's been put on.
What did you say?
The Central this year, hopefully that'll be a decent turnout. It's the first time it's been put on, the Central England. It's in Warwick. So, the venue's really nice as well.
What's the venue?
I don't know, but it's overlooking Warwick Castle. It's, like, brand new.
Wow. Finish the show, go have a look at Warwick Castle.
I really like where the NABA British is held in Southport. Southport's a lovely area, and the venue's really nice as well. I can't fault the British or the Universe really, but like Dan said, the qualifiers are dog shit. Like they've literally got the smallest arenas. They're just making. I think that's where they save their money. Really, like making the qualifiers not budget, very budget.
What's it like backstage at the NABA?
British.
Well, what's it like? We could try and compare it. Because the thing is, it's quite interesting for anyone who's doing their first show and doesn't know who to compete with. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, some people are like, oh, do I go with PCA because the standard's going to be like a good standard, or do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like if you were like first time picking shows. I mean, but like, yeah, what would you say it's like backstage? Because I haven't done a NABA show. I don't know if I'll ever do one.
It's all right. It's good. Like the camaraderie backstage is really good for NABA competitors. I think it's really, really good. They're very like precise with the timings. Like if they say you're on at 1:15, you're on at 1:15.
Okay.
I've never really been delayed or nothing like that. Even if the classes turn up to be like massive on the day, they still run through it to their time within reason. I'm trying to think of the British in my head. It's a big auditorium, and they've got the whole place. As you go into the main room, they've got like bodybuilding kit, the company bodybuilding kit with all the atomic shoes, all what's it called? Basically, their store up and running, supplements up and running. So you can have a look around before you get on stage, chill out, go backstage. And there's about six rooms, and they've all got like your category on the door, and then you can pump up individually in them rooms with your category.
Oh, is it?
What's that? Good.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that. No, because PC when I did the PCA, it was like everyone sort of lingers about, and there was a pump up section where everyone would pump up. But being a junior, the first on, so it was more like juniors get in, start pumping up. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so they'll call you in. There's people with clipboards everywhere. So you go ask them, like, oh, I'm a junior. What time do I got to be on? And they're like, oh, don't worry, mate. This way, you've got 10 minutes. Come ask me how many times you want. Basically like that. Send you through. It's a big long corridor. Looks like a scene out of Dexter. There's like polythene all up the walls.
Yeah, just tapping everywhere.
And at the bottom of the hallway is like the tanning girls, and they've got 2 rooms. So you go in there, get oiled up, touch up your tans, and then you got like your individual pop-up rooms. And once you've been off and gone off again, another class goes in there.
What you done? What did you feel like when you did the PCA?
Well, the British.
Yeah, because you said what you said about that.
The British man was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, everything about it. Like, if we're talking about camaraderie, yeah, everything was perfect. Like, everyone got on really well.
Yeah.
I said the stadium, man, was incredible. Incredible. We had everything there you needed. Loads of space. Everything was run on time. Just, mate, it was like you had photo shoot areas backstage. It was just huge. It was massive. Then you had, obviously, a pump-up room was just right by the stage, backstage, but by the stage. You didn't have to walk far to pump up, then get on stage.
Yeah.
Got upstairs. That was cool. You had so much there. You had like dumbbells, bands, anything you needed, benches.
That's what I was going to ask you. What's the pump-up room like with PCA? Is it equipped, like half decent?
At the British, it was.
Yeah.
At London, no.
Yeah. See,
Did you bring your own bands?
Yeah, I've got bands like all set dumbbells, just in case. But Nabba have none of that. They have a room with like a couple of bands with handles on. That's it, and everyone shares them.
That's it. Yeah.
I think it's like proper old school. Nabba is still. Oh, you grab a towel, and I'll take the tension, and we'll do some tricep push downs.
Yeah.
I'll use your back as a push up.
Yeah, just shit like that. Yeah, I know. Fucking similar experience. I mean, the British was really good. I think when I did the London, it actually it wasn't too bad. There was a few dumbbells and that lying around. But then when we started pumping up in the London one, there was like novices who were just like got into the pump up room and got into the back of the pump up room and started like lying down in there. So it was like you're like stepping over people and like, yeah, mate, I'm just trying to get like pump up, like trying to fucking get out of my way, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a bit like, oh, stepping over people, blah blah blah. But yeah, no, it was fucking good. So the weirdest thing is, when you put backstage is when you start looking at everyone. It's when you start looking at everyone, isn't it? Like, oh, fucking hell.
I didn't do that. I didn't look. But in the pump-up room, it was so dark, you couldn't see anyone anyway.
Oh, really? Really? Well, what was everyone like? Because when I did it, I was cracking jokes with people. Just the way I am, I was cracking jokes.
Yeah.
I was like getting people involved.
A few people were quite nervous, so I was just trying to reassure them. That's what I do.
Is it?
But yeah. It was quite cool though. Like everyone was good. Everyone got on. A few of them were quite quiet. Then once it was all done, they were like really talkative.
Really? Just a bit nervous to think.
Yeah. Or focused, one or two. I don't know.
Now you've done your first season. Like, don't you just think like, oh, how much easier the next season will be?
I don't. Why easier?
Just like how it's run. Like your first show compared to your second show. Like going into the British, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess in that way, yeah.
Like it was a lot. You feel a lot more comfortable. You know that you're going to get in, but you're going to pump up, and do you know what I mean? You're a lot more chilled out and that.
Also, the process, a bit more. Like the prep itself is still a chore, but it's like the process of going to the show, getting the tanned up. You've been there, done it.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm about to do a prep thing. So I've got coconut oil in my diet, and it's all on my plate. So I'm licking the plate on camera. I'm just telling you.
Well, you fucking. How many weeks out are you?
Well, I've got coconut oil on the plate. I'm not having my coconut oil.
Licking the fucking plate.
Heat up a lighter underneath and drip it in your mouth.
What about you, Dan? We haven't asked you what since you started prep. What's your changes been in this? Anything?
Just continuously, week after week, changing the diet, just lowering cows.
Yeah.
So just normal typical type thing. Don't know my weight, do I? Because we're not weighing using any scales. Yeah, we're getting good, getting tighter. Like just noticing in the mirror now every morning our pose. It's just little things are coming out. Definitely, I feel like I've lost some size, but it's just the volume, isn't it? I think in my off season, at peak weight, I was full as fuck, like a lot of the time, and now just the volume is like like a balloon. It's kind of shrunk a bit, which is normal. It's only to carb up again, and I'll be back.
Yeah.
And when you flatten out, you don't look as good because the muscle's not pressing up against the skin, and things are a little bit more saggy in a way. You know what I mean? You think you're not getting a better condition, but you are. It's just part of the process of going flat.
You're not flat. You're just getting flatter. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. That's it.
You got to get flat to fill up, basically.
Yeah, I've just got to keep reminding myself that, and it's not let it be a head fuck to myself. This is part of the process. I've done it before, and just listen to Jordan. Don't do anything.
You look flat. Like I haven't seen you taking your. Dan will see you in the gym a lot, but I haven't seen you in the gym like taking your kit off quite a bit. But you see yourself like all the time, so you'll notice yourself. But like it's when you look at people and you go, "Oh, he looks alright." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm flat as fuck." In a minute, and you're like, "Oh yeah," like, and then he fucking unless you can really tell, unless like, do you know what I mean?
I think people use that term too often. I'd say I'm not flat as fuck at all. I said a volume. I've got less volume to my muscle.
But like, But if I'm in the gym and saw you and fucking hell, you're looking fucking big, mate. You're like, not as big as I was. Like you should have seen me a couple of weeks ago at peak off season. Do you know what I mean? But then I would have been like, yeah, fuck off, mate. Like you still look fucking solid. Do you know what I mean?
It's just that you've lost a bit of that pop, haven't you? Because obviously, like you say, the volume has been decreased.
Yeah. Lost your belly as well.
Guys, I'm going to try and get our guest ready. Okay, you guys talk.
Yeah. Well, we could jump a few cues, just get a few questions done and dusted.
Okay, between the two of us, I've got one.
Well, yeah, right.
These guys might want to answer this. Actually, I'll leave that one.
Someone said you've got a massive forehead to me. Oh, thank you. Who's got the smallest dick? White dick. Dan's got the smallest dick.
Yeah, buddy. One thing I didn't say about my prep. What we're doing this week, I'm having actually a deload week.
Oh, all right.
I was nervous about doing this. So me and Ant for training, we've had a few sessions where the energy has just fucking died at the end. And then trying to work out why I've been so irritable all the time. I didn't want to be in the gym the other day. I literally didn't want to be there. And that's unlike me. And just figured out, I haven't rested since my last show. So I told Jordan and he said, okay, we're resting. So I trained Thursday. So it's Sunday today. No, it's Saturday today. I trained Thursday. I had Friday, Saturday off. Tomorrow, Sunday, is going to be a leg session, but really low volume, like literally 1 set for hacks, 1 set for leg press, 2 sets ham curl, just fucking low volume.
You're training still?
Huh?
You're not just having a complete deload rest?
No, I'm training. That's what I'm telling you. I'm training on Sunday, then I'm resting till Wednesday. I'm having upper body sessions, same style, low volume. Then Thursday off, then back to normal Friday. So it's a 2 days training for the whole week, really, and lower volume, much lower volume.
Are you going to be fucking buzzing for that fucking that upper body session?
Yeah. So we're training legs at Orpington tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're going to head over there. We need to just go in a different environment as well. I think we're getting a bit sick of the same people.
Do you get a lot of people try and talk to you about prep training, etc.?
People try and talk to Amp. They don't talk to me because I think.
Fair enough. But no,
the thing is with me in the gym, like I said to Dan, I get a lot of work for people in the gym.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're my clients. So I can't just be like, fuck off, mate, I'm training.
You're a proper tradie.
Yeah. So I try to keep it as like a nod or an you're right, but sometimes you do get drawn in. But now, if you I sort of like put my headphone in, and as I'm walking away like that, and it sort of sorts out.
Yeah. Is it usually before you started training, or as you're walking, everyone's sort of by the bar area, whatever your gym's like, and then everyone's like talks. Oh, all right, yeah, I've got some work. Can you? And starts talking to you, and you're like, yeah, mate, yeah, just talk to me after the session or something. You know what I mean?
Do you notice that when I walk off somewhere, like to get some water or something like that, someone who won't talk whilst I'm there but wants to talk to you will quickly take the opportunity to talk to you while I'm gone, and I'll get back, and then they'll quickly fuck off again.
I think we know about the same. I think we're talking about the same person as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it is. But no, me and Dan sort of sit and write out our logbooks and have a pre-workout for about 30 minutes before we train. Some people chat then.
Yeah. That's the whole point. That's your chatting.
Yeah.
And then you do your sets. You know what I mean? Instead of doing sets and chat.
A lot of people do respect that though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, where I am at in the minute, people usually just give me a nod. People don't really know me too well, so they just get like a nod, or like you're right, mate, or like, oh, what you training? Just that. I'm like, yeah, just fucking this, blah blah blah. They're wicked. And then I've got to get massive, and I'm always saying I've got to get massive. So that's usually what I say. Like, oh yeah, you're like, oh, how you doing, mate? What you training? You know what I mean? Just training push today, just shoulders and arms. Got to get massive, and they're like, yeah. Amen to that, and sweet, and then it's like, let's fucking go. You know what I mean? Or I'm asking, oh, how many sets have you got in this, mate? And then some cunt shadow boxing. It's a fucking prick.
Someone was doing that today. I wanted to film him and be like, fucking caught him in the act. Dan, you remember that guy at the gym? And you said it to me. You went over to him, and as soon as Dan took his like jumper off, this guy just went like this. Just to act like he done it today, mate. And then started shadow boxing in the mirror. I was like, fucking hell. Like insecurities left, right, and centre.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
I'm just trying to add our guest. Bear with.
All right.
You guys talk.
So
I'll get it sorted.
You get it all sorted. Oh, sweet. You know, you've been on 42 minutes. That's fucking mad. I didn't even realise that.
I'll answer this one because I don't think it'll apply to Josh. All right, best gym in and around Suffolk you've been to?
Suffolk. Where's Suffolk? What is Suffolk?
Suffolk in Norfolk. It's like
Norfolk. Is it? It's the thing like this. Like before we answer this question, so I don't get right. It's like, why? Is it a county? Is that what it is?
Suffolk.
See, I don't get counties. I don't get it. People are, like Sussex, Sussex, Essex. Fucking. Give me another one. Someone give me another one.
Essex. Did you say that?
I've already said that. Someone give me another one.
Cambridge.
It's like, what the fuck is that? Like, just, I'm from Suffolk. Well, Suffolk's a big fucking, I don't even know where that was. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. That falls into like lower stuff near me. So, I'd probably say, top body in Suffolk is probably the best in the area I've been to. Other than that, Dan and I both travel to get a good one because there's not many around here.
Have you ever been to some proper hardcore, like any nitty gritty gyms where you just think, fucking hell?
You catch something here.
Yeah, you'll probably get hepatitis B.
Oh, 1 minute, we've got a guest.
Our guest is it?
Hey!
We got a special guest online. We've got Mr. Daniel Park. He's a world champion of something. I think he's a swimmer, to be honest, because he's natty. But he's done things, all right?
He's done bits.
The word natty. Can you guys see me or not?
Yeah, we can see you.
I can see you on a small screen.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's fine.
I'm trying to sort this out.
That's right, the recording makes it all square anyway.
Yeah, it makes it all fun, yeah.
So, we got Mr. Park on today. So, this was, did tell him a week ago, so he couldn't really let us down. How you been, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just trying to sort out this this kind of setup because I've got you three there in big blocks and I'm just in the corner.
Yeah, I think
that's how I put it as well.
Is this all right?
If you click the circle, you're in a circle, yeah?
Well, I'm just like in the top right of the screen, like tiny.
Yeah, no, you will be.
Click
You
it.
can see everyone else.
Yeah, so it's all right.
Yeah, it should be fine. No, we can see you. We can.
Alright, sweet.
So, how you doing, buddy? You okay?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I've just finished training, so I got back home from the gym about half an hour ago, so I'm just like kind of winding.
Yeah, mate. You need some of that support Max Neuro I was telling you about.
Strength is very in the gym. Hello?
You're cutting out a little bit, mate.
Where's he gone?
Oh, I don't know. The connection's terrible.
4.
Sure.
You there, mate?
We've got a red dot connection. Here we go.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. There you
go. We got you. So, what I was going to say is if you want to introduce yourself a little bit to our listeners that might not know, well, they all know you, but like what you've done and how you got into the sport and what you've actually achieved on the stage.
Okay, so in terms of, I've been training since I was like 15, I think. So I'm 23 now, just about to turn 24, well, on Wednesday actually. But yeah, I did my first competitive season in 2016. So I've already been training for a long time at this point. But I've always like kind of was hit and miss about the idea of competing. Went to go and compete in 2016, and that's when I met my coach, my current coach, and I've only ever been with one coach. His name's Zach Fotheringham. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
I've never heard of him, mate.
Of course you haven't, mate.
I only stayed at his house.
Yeah, you only stayed at his house, mate. I met his little kid. He's only ever been my coach. Zach Fotheringham. Met him in. I used to go to university in Coventry. That's how I met that big bastard there in the red monster top. So that's where I met Dan, and that's also where I met my coach. I'm in an ahhing about, I don't know what federation to do. I tried doing my own research. I was originally going to enter into UK BFF, but I didn't know at the time that there was realistically like any good like tested federations out there. So then through word of mouth, I realised I came across the UK DFBA, which is actually the federation that I compete in at the moment, and that's when I did my first competitive season there in 2016 as a junior. So I was 20 years old at the time. I did my first show, USA Classic. Managed to grab the qualifications for the finals in October, and managed to grab the win there as well, and then go
Could I just, Dan, before you go on, can I just interrupt just a second? So the fact you chose a natural federation, which is great, and I think you belong there. But I'd just like everyone to know.
I'm gonna get a ton of abuse for this, aren't I?
No. Oh no, what I was about to say is what I want all the listeners to know. Yes, he chose a natural federation, which he should, because he could be the top of that federation and get a pro card in the next few years, I feel, in that federation. But as a junior, when he first came on the scene, if he would have went into UK BFF or the PCA, he still would have won as a junior. Fucking unreal. Carry on.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. But yeah, I thought, well, in my head at the time, I was just like, right, I'm a natural, so I'd rather compete and be in the level playing field as a natural as well, and compete against other naturals. Obviously, I kind of I thought UKBFF was the only kind of route, and obviously wasn't. So going back to what I said, yeah, I managed to go all the way to Worlds. Actually, my federation UKBFF flew me out to LA, and then that's where I competed in the Worlds and competed for the UK, and managed to win the Worlds title as a junior as well in 2016. So fast forward a good 2 long years of an off season where I got fat as fuck. I don't know if you've seen any pictures on my Instagram, but I went up to a big, 260, I think my heaviest was. I can't remember. What was it, Dan? Like 265?
I thought it was 262 morning weight, but going to bed, you've seen 268 on the scale.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, it was
and
like...
at your height, that's pretty fucking fat.
Stupid. Like, I had probably like around about 40 pounds of like just extra weight on me, which I just would, you know. But in the end of the day, it was needed, because I'm now at, you know, say the same weight as I was 2 years ago, and in that point of the off season, I'm bigger now and I'm stronger. I'm hitting weights now that that I was touching when I was only like 260 at the end of my off season, and I'm still progressing, getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
So yeah, had a bloody long prep from the start of January of last year, 2019. And my first show of 2019 was in
September 20.
Yeah. It was September, man.
24th.
Yes.
Long prep.
All the way from January. I went from 260 all the way down to like 170.
Ooh. Fuck.
And I was just like, you know, did whatever it took. We came down really. We came to a point where I was like around about 12 weeks out, and I was doing like an hour of cardio with like probably only like 4 carb meals. But there was a reason why I did that. So then obviously you could come down so low so you could get your body to a certain point where it was reacting properly. Then I'd bring my food back up again to keep the progress coming. So it was a very, very long journey, and it was kind of weird to then come out of it at the end. I competed in the Heart of England. I managed to grab the qualification for the finals. However, this time I didn't compete as a junior. I went into the men's open. That was a completely different ball game. You know, obviously Dan and Josh they're only competing as juniors now. But when it comes to the men's open, like, fuck me, it's a completely different ball game, and it opened my eyes into just really how young I am and how much more I need to progress in this game. And I've only just really, you know, dipped my feet in the water. So in the end of the day, I got my qualification for the finals, and I respectively got 4th place at the finals. However, like, don't get me wrong, I'm pissed off, as you would be, because you always want to get 1st place. But the game plan from this time on is you're just going to have to go into another long off season, and get that maturity in the muscle, get that kind of experience behind me to then go at it again. And it's, well, as my coach says, and my peers around me, it's I like to think it's on the cards of me getting a pro card within my federation. It's just a matter of when, to be fair, and doing what it takes in order to get there.
Yeah, I think what I did want to talk about a little bit on the finals. Do you think the look you brought on in those 10 minutes of being on stage was you peaked?
Was me peaked?
I mean, do you think that was you at your all-time best? Like, yeah, I think that's the best you've ever looked, but you think that's the best you could have looked? Meaning you had the condition there, but do you think... I'll go from my personal point of view. I'd seen pictures and I'd seen you beforehand look much better than you did when you stepped on stage.
You know why it was probably the case? It's because there was a weight limit that I had to hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to be 80 kilos and under, and I was basically bringing my body weight down so far to get underneath the 80 kilos. Like I was like 400 grams underneath the limit when I weighed in. So then when it comes to like show day, then it was kind of like a race in between trying to fill me back out again. So then to be on stage and be full. And
I felt
you know what
like
I mean?
you held a little bit of water because you tried to fill out too fast after having to flatten out a little bit.
Filling out too fast on things like obviously on trying to keep the volume of food low on that day, to then so you're having to go to things like I was having a Five Guys at one point in my on the day of the show to fill me back out again.
Yeah.
Because my body was just was firing that crazy, and trying to have things like high in carbs but low volume to then fill me back out, and then possibly maybe that root like aggression of carbohydrates maybe caused me to I don't know. But in the end of the day, my mind's fucked at that point. I'm all I'm doing on show day is I'm lying on the floor, my feet up, and I'm just relying on Zach to call the shots. But mate, I was 100% happy with how I looked. I looked at myself on show day at the finals, and I was like I was pumping up backstage, and I was like, this is the best you've ever looked.
Yeah. No, it was for sure. Yeah, it was. But I think the look could have been better if you weren't restricted and you had more time to
that's what I'm saying.
Perfect the look. It's almost like they say, don't they? It's like landing a plane. Felt like you had to land it a little bit quicker than you really had to.
So I'll tell you this, right? The idea was to go in for a heavyweight. However, I was actually it was like around about what? I think it was like it was in peak week, like the week before. Say like around like 6 days before the show, we were on the cusp of 80 kilos. So it was just like, right. That goes, do you feel like you possibly want to do middleweights instead of heavyweights and rather be on the higher end of the weight category rather than be the lowest of the heavyweights, if you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So and then what we did was just basically we were bringing ourselves back up in weight and filling ourselves back out, and then we made that decision. That's when we came back down again to make sure that we can meet the weigh-ins, and then the game plan was to then fill back out on the day after the weigh-ins until I went on, and then that kind of maybe that increase in food made that kind of, I don't know, as you said, Dan, that maybe not peak as much.
Yeah. In terms of the actual prep itself, like, fuck me, you lost 90 pounds. How was that mentally throughout the whole thing? Like I remember because we were very much like we were talking every day.
Yeah.
During both, because we were both prepping at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I remember some of the stuff we spoke about, and it's quite a I want to call it. It's quite an emotional prep for both of us because we both went through it together.
Yeah.
How was it emotionally, and how was it for your parents? Because I remember we had a conversation about this.
Yeah.
How we have to approach it with letting our parents understand what we're actually going through, just to offset some stress that they could possibly pose on you during the time. So just talk a little bit about that.
So when it comes to prep, all right, it's like, I'm sure you understand this, it's just a switch that goes, and you basically, the way I look at it is that I need to make sure that I'm as least stressed as possible. If I'm stressed about any aspect of my life in that certain day, I'm fucked. So I need to make sure that I'm as least stressed as possible, so I know that I can just tick those boxes as easily as I can. If there comes to a certain point where it's harder to do that, then I need to sort that out. Otherwise, I become more stressed about being stressed. So going back to your point about my parents, like basically the first ever prop I did back in 2016, I was at university. So I was basically just in my own accommodation by myself, just doing what I needed to do, going to the gym, coming back, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't have anyone really around me to be like, oh, you're always in the kitchen. Oh, I need to do this around you, or do this. I can just do it whenever I need to do it. However, it was a completely different ball game doing it now at home last year with my parents there. You know, I'd have to. It's like things like having to explain to my mum why I'm a grumpy cunt, or explaining to my dad like why I'm short with him, or why I'm just like I'm in a pissed off mood, or like I remember this like clearly night and day, and I had a conversation with Dan at the time about this as well. The only way they really understand and clicked about what it kind of meant to me was that there came a day when I was just like, I was so fucked. I was literally just like lying down on the sofa, and I was eating a meal, and then I was explaining to my mum just about how my mind is and this and that. And it was like proper emotional. And I actually broke down in tears to my mum, because it was just like, it got to that point where it was just so, everything was so just like fucking militant, day in, day out, doing the same thing constantly over and over again. And it came to that point where that's when I just like, I went over, and then that's when she realized like just how much this means to me.
Yeah.
And just how much like I wanted it, and I still want it. Do you know what I mean? And no matter what it takes, if it takes another fucking 2 years for me to go and grow in the off season, I'm gonna do it. It's not a matter, you know, it's a matter of when it's gonna happen. It's just I need to have that patience to pursue my goal, really.
When it comes to prep,
Yeah,
like this is coming from me, you know, my standards of who I think works hard and what real work is.
Yeah.
I've never come across someone like you, because I've like shadowed you in your first prep. I used to get up with you, do cardio, and I saw it firsthand. Then that prep as well, it just blows me away. You're literally in that moment. You're not even human. You're literally a machine with little emotion. Every now and then it will come out, but little emotion, and it's just everything it's the most militant thing I've ever seen. And that, as I say, that's coming from me.
Yeah.
So, like, to our listeners, I cannot overstate it that I've never come across someone like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've redefined fucking work for me. When I feel like I'm struggling, I always think, okay, so I go back to that.
Yeah.
It helps me personally, because I know what you give to do that.
Yeah.
You know,
that means a lot.
you know, we've had this conversation. We've had this conversation before. But I just want to put that out there to everyone, that when people say, "Oh, Dan, he's Korean, Iranian. He's got the genetics. That's what it is. He's got the genetics." Oh, fuck off. You have no fucking clue what that kid will do. You could put shit in front of him with a bit of dust on top for seasoning, and he will eat it.
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah.
It's man. It's,
I mean, it's a massive, mate. It's a massive part of just like not only just my upbringing from my parents, just like my parents just literally would tell me, they brought me up to literally think in my head, you work what you get. If you want it, you work for it. No one's gonna fucking hand it to you. So when it comes to like when I see people who say that they want something, and then they're just like, oh, they're making excuses. I will literally, I'm so black and white. I will turn around to them and say, pull your fucking finger out your ass and get on with it. If you really want it, think about it and do it. So that's just been my mindset all my life. And Zach is completely the same, mate. He's literally just he's been in the military. He's got that militant attitude where it's just day in, day out. And we have this relationship where when it comes to prep, I'm like really, really, really good friends with him. He's like family to me. I know his whole family, his kid, and everything. But when it comes to prep, that friendship just goes out the window, and it becomes the coach and the athlete. And I feel as though that's an important part of the aspect of the coach and athlete. That you need to have that basis and that relationship in order for it to work. But at the same time, we can also balance the friendship there as well. Don't get me wrong.
In future, would we be able to get, if we did, like, maybe if we knocked another one of our presenters off the panel here, would we be able to get you and Zach on together, and we could just talk a little bit about coach-athlete relationships and everything along those lines? Because Zach is actually very knowledgeable as well, and he's been coached by a wide range of names in the industry. Like, for example, the godfather of his son is Neil Hill.
Yes,
his coach.
Yeah, Neil Hill. Yeah. So he has a very close relationship with Neil Hill. Every single prep that he's done, he's been coached by Neil. And now, obviously, everyone knows Neil Hill is the coach of Flex Lewis, 212 Mr. Olympia, well, former. But yeah, that's where he attributes a lot of his knowledge to is Neil. But in terms of that coach and athlete relationship, I feel it's incredibly important, mate. Like, the communication you need to your coach during prep, whether it's during prep or off season, is one of the most important things. And Dan will know he will know this the most, that communication is the most important thing. And
why? Because what happened to me, mate, after I got off stage? I want to explain to everyone.
Yeah, mate, I had this conversation with you. I was like, oh, you need to make sure that your communicate, you have to have that on point. Otherwise, in the end of the day, the end goal is not going to be realised to the best of its ability. You have to make sure that, you've got that coach there for a reason. In the end of the day, like, it comes to, like, even now, mate, like, I'm doing my off season with Zach still, obviously, but I make sure that I have him there so that I don't have to think about my training or my nutrition or this and that. He's worrying about that. I'm worrying about my clients and what they're doing. You see what I mean? So that I don't think about what I'm doing. And that comes back to the whole point of just my mindset and just trying to minimize my stress.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's funny we were talking about this, because I was actually, just before we came on, I was watching your last episode about when Dan had his little mini breakdown. And he was like, I don't know what to do. I'm thinking about bodybuilding all the time. But what I'm saying is like, finding. I told you I'd rip into you when I come on here, mate. But it's all about finding that like just something to do outside of bodybuilding. You can't constantly think about it all the time. It will consume you, and it will be your worst enemy. So when I was on prep, I was making sure that I get everything done and tick all my boxes by around 1 o'clock. So I had the rest of the day just to unwind and just chill, like, and do whatever, during that time to just unwind. Like, I went out and got PS4, and I bought God of War, and I bought Spider-Man, and completed that game. And that was something that I looked forward to, rather than having to always just be consumed about what I need to do the next day, all these meals I need to prepare. just about minimizing that stress and just making sure that my mind is clear. So then when the next day comes, I can totally zone in on it. And it's something that I said to you, and you've constantly relayed this back to me, and about how much it's helped you. Is just about taking one day at a time. It's about when you're in prep, it's so easy to literally think about, fuck, I need to do that. Fuck, I need to do this then. I need to do this tomorrow. I need to do, 30 minutes to 1 hour posing practice then at this time. I need to prep my... Just think about what you need to do in that moment of time. Otherwise, if you constantly think about what you need to do next, you're just going to overwhelm yourself and just stress yourself too much. I just make sure that I have that tick list every day. I always work on ticking boxes, and making sure that, like, I even, like, on my iPhone, I was using reminders because, like, my mind was so gone. Having to remind myself to do this at this time of that day.
My little.
There you go.
There, mate.
The same. Exactly the same.
I am.
So regimented.
This is what my one says. This is how forgetful I am. So AM on wake, 25 mcg T3, 2 IUs of growth hormone, pose for 2 rounds.
There you go.
Just a reminder to take his T3.
Just a reminder.
Just a reminder to take that tab.
But they are tangible goals that you tick them off and you feel good. They're easily done, they're easily achieved, and you ticking them off gets your day off to a good start.
Yeah.
You're achieving something already, and the rest of the day just falls into its own.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, fuck, I remembered to take my T3 today. It must be a good day.
Sit.
God's sake.
No.
I know.
Fucking hell. What you did touch upon there is about having the coach, though. I like that about having a coach, and that you need to remember that you've hired a coach. You've got them to be in charge of your training, diet, etc. Why don't fucking worry about it? Yeah. All you've got to do, if you really think about it, all you've got to do is take 25 minutes out of your fucking day to prep your meals, get them ready, get them in lunch boxes, wake up that 25 minutes fucking earlier, get it done. Your coach is worrying about anything else. You're just doing the easy bit. You know what I mean? It's physical work, but cool. Do your fucking 25 minutes of fasted cardio on a rest day. Do your wake up, an hour earlier so you can do your fasted cardio and do your meals. Then you got the rest of the day just to wank in a sock and have a good time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Probably not on prep.
Do whatever you want, mate.
Probably not on prep when you're 4 weeks out. Your dick hasn't worked.
Completely done.
Yeah, it's completely done.
It's only recently you fucking come back.
So as a natural, that's what someone was going to touch upon. As a few questions. But your sex drive is a natural, because obviously you're not using any synthetic testosterone. What's it like for it to come back? Does it take a long time? Have you had any issues with that, or is it like been pretty good?
I think obviously as your fat levels come down to like really extreme low levels, of course your hormones are gonna get out of whack, this and that, and obviously your sex drive is gonna come down. I think towards I'd say the last 3-4 weeks of prep, I'd say the last 3 weeks of prep, I was really just like, I looked at a woman and I was just like, I didn't even look at a woman. I didn't even realize there was a woman there. Okay, it came to that point. And even after prep, it was just like, I'd say another 3-4 weeks, like a month, until it really, and then when it came back, it was just like, okay, it's back now. You realise when it is.
Thing is, for me, it was after a day of eating carbs, I was raring to go. All the drugs are still in my system. I was fucking ready to go.
I think part of it is, though, as well, I don't think it's just low body fat levels. I find that a lot of sex drive is dictated by how focused you are on a goal.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. If you're tunnel vision on something, and that's actually an evolutionary adaptation. So the lion, if it's got to try and survive, its sex drive won't be as high because mating is a distraction for hunting for food.
Yeah.
So it's
The thing is, like, isn't it? Prep, like you wake up and you're fucking, you have those primeval, like primeval. What's all about? Those instincts. Do you know what I mean? When you wake up, you're like, fucking hell. Why am I waking up in the middle of the night? It's because you're fucking hungry, and you just go for a piss and you go back to bed. But you do those kind of things. But you're right there, Dan. I didn't really think about that. But because you're fucking in that survival mode, technically, really, aren't you? You don't even give a shit.
I've said before that I never really wake up in the night because I'm hungry. I wake up to have a pee, and my blood sugar is super low.
Yeah, I didn't wake up looking for food. I woke up near the pee, and then I remember asking someone saying, "I keep waking up at night," and then he was like, "Yes, you're fucking. You look at you, bro." And I was like 2 weeks out. He's like, "I woke up a few times in the night." And it's like, because I'm obviously drinking a lot more water than I'd usually be, just to fill my stomach up. But you do it like sort of subconsciously, don't you? Oh, I'll have another glass. I feel nice and full now. Or I don't, do you know what I mean? I'm a meal, I still feel hungry. I'll have another glass of water. Wicked. Do you know what I mean? You sort of balance yourself up.
Talking about sleep, what's your how are you with sleep on prep?
Until like the last, like I said, the last 2 weeks, so when I noticeably was like waking up a little bit, a few more times, but wasn't anything like an issue. It was only the only time I remember it being I woke up like every other hour was actually the day before the British show. Yeah, and I don't know what happened to me, but I fucking
the day before the British.
The day before the night, I soaked the fucking bed. The tan ran off all on the sheets. Yeah, I remember it because I remember watching Harry Potter and falling asleep, and Harry Potter still being on. Falling asleep, Harry Potter finishing. Falling asleep, like waking up to something else was on, doing it, and then I was like,
maybe is that because like your mind was so occupied in terms of like what's happening the next day, and you were so excited about.
I was excited, but I wasn't like a kid at Christmas. That was the one, but I remember just getting sweaty.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't know, maybe some water that, or maybe the stress of getting up there. And when I got there, I felt I was fine, and I got tanned. I felt I was fine. Maybe some water I was holding just released.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking funny. Where I was at my mum's when I was going for a piss at night. There was a little she had this stupid thing on the bathroom. It was like, so every time you'd open, I kept waking everyone up in the house because they kept them waking up. Fucking hell, Dad would be like, is that a cat doing that? I'm like, yeah, fucking waking me up, Dad. Fucking me, you know what I mean? Just going in and out of the bathroom.
So what about you, other Josh? What about you then? What about how?
That's
Am, sorry, I was thinking about that. Yeah, Am.
On the daily, I probably get about 6 hours anyway. But on prep, sleep's definitely not as deep. I'd wake up easier. I'd wake up easier throughout the night, whether that's to go to the toilet. I'd hear a noise, like my sleep's a lot lighter.
Yeah. Okay.
Off season, I go to sleep, boom, out.
Oh yeah. I see.
I do suffer with insomnia a bit on prep. So I was telling Dan, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I'd be like, fuck, I'm wide awake. So I'd go down, do my fasted cardio, knock myself out and get like another 3 hours sleep.
Yeah.
If that's like at like 3 in the morning, I'd do that, pass the time, go back to bed, then wake up for work. But sleep's always been a problem with me. Like,
what, even during the off season?
Yeah, it's just I'm a stressful person because of work. So,
what do you work?
I own a scaffolding company.
I see.
So it's like external stresses that are into bodybuilding where they shouldn't. But I've been really good the last sort of month or two at like minimising them. And like you say, using a checklist more so than I usually would.
Yeah.
So, like,
fucking stuffy in here.
Like on work days, before I finish for the day, I'll make sure everybody who works for me knows what they're doing the following day. So no one has to relay to me. What do I need to do?
So that's just minimising stress for yourself.
Yeah. And since then, my sleep's been absolutely spot on. So I'm not worrying about other people's stresses. I'm only basically, you've got to have a lot of trust when you're in your own company.
Of course.
So for me to wake up and think, is he doing what he's supposed to be doing? Is he where he's supposed to be?
Yeah.
I've got that to a T now. I've got a good team behind me.
I know exactly what you mean in terms, because I was having a conversation with someone the other day about he runs his own business, and I was literally talking to him about how, just kind of thinking about how far he's come, with his business and how he's developed it, and thinking, like, yo, you should be real proud of yourself, mate. Like how far your business has come. You know, you've come to this stage now where you've employed other people, you've opened up more sites, and then he's thinking in his head, he's like, sometimes I don't really think like that, because I'd rather have the time where I can be like, I can just have a week off, and not have to think about it at all. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, it would be lovely. But like I said, when you're in his shoes, it's never like that. Like if I'd go on holiday, I'd wake up in the morning, do my checklist on holiday. I'd wake up, emails, set list, ring back home just to get the day flowing. And once I've done that, then I can be at peace. So, do you know what I mean? I can relax after that. But knowing there's like a pack of people back home doing what they probably not doing, not what they're supposed to be doing, drives me insane. Because we all know our own work rate and how we like to work. And you know, it goes without saying, you want everyone to work with your work rate.
Which kind of brings back to like, there was a point where Dan was saying in last episode about how he's worrying about his clients and them not doing what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it's just in a different aspect.
And saying like, he's worrying about the clients. He's got 3 clients checking in the next day, and he needs to make sure that they're doing what they're doing, and it's stressing him out.
But them as a client, you know, you would expect them. They're paying you for a service, so they'd adhere 110% to that service. If not, they're practically losing money, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, a few of them are.
That's the way I think about it. If my clients aren't doing the plan that they need to be doing to get the progress, I will always say, don't. My coach has said it as well. Don't question the plan. Question yourself before you question the plan.
Yeah.
So, are you doing everything you need to be doing 100% in order to progress, or are you just, you know, beating around the bush and not ticking the boxes? Because progress will come if you follow the plan. Then, obviously, if you're following the plan 100%, if changes need to be made, they will be made. Changes don't need to be made every single week. If progress is coming from what you have, then you just follow on.
That's fucking bang on. I mean, some people are literally uncoachable, where you've had to just tell them, look.
Mate, as a client,
I'm not going to coach you. You simply just not fucking. I physically cannot take your money.
Yeah, I know.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like you're doing a class or anything. It's 1-to-1. It's very individual. You're not going to give back, mate, or you just. And to be honest, it's not about the money, is it? It's, you feel like you're just taking a piss.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking a piss. Like you might, fair enough. Money might not be an object to you, cool, but that's not the point here. The point is you're taking the piss. You've come out with a goal that you want to achieve. I'm trying to help you achieve that goal, right? And you are totally just shoving it back in my face. That's how I feel. If I actually feel when I've had to tell people basically politely, I am not coaching you anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just piss take. It feels quite personal, doesn't it? That you're taking the piss. Come back if you feel like you're ready. You can't commit to this. It's taking a piss out of me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you mean.
I've
always had that because of my own relationship with my coach. Like I've always ticked those boxes. I've always done the plan 100. 10%.
Yeah.
So I don't know any other way. However, it's coming to the realization that being a coach myself and having my own clients, I need to understand that not everyone else is going to be like you.
Yeah, not everyone's you say something, it's you say jump, your response is how high. Not everyone has that mentality, like you say, the military mentality.
Yeah.
Like, okay, coach, what you say, 50 grams of rice? Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's done. I'm not going to question it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, take my banana away. Cool. That's cool. Do you know what I mean? You don't even question it.
No.
I know it's good to ask questions, but sometimes people who everything just get on my fucking tits. I'll have 50 gram of oats. Why?
Yeah.
Said so. It's as simple as that. You just don't question. You just do it.
My personal favourite is one apple with that meal, mate. Then he comes back to me and says,
What size apple?
Skin on or skin off?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
What was it? How many? Oh, I'm gonna have 3 eggs with that meal. All right. What sized eggs?
Oh, I've had that.
No.
I know.
To get some fucking horror stories going. Jesus. Do you want to everyone want to do some cues? Because I actually have a cute question for our guest and Dan. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, if you two had a wrestling match, who would win?
Oh, and I know who asked this question as well.
Oh, yeah.
Someone asked me it.
We've already debated this, actually.
Yeah,
because,
the answer is.
Right, so if it's a wrestling match, Dan would win because physically, I don't know any wrestling moves, really, how to perform them, let alone get into those positions.
Yeah, you'll just...
Okay? But
Dan's a mobile.
if it was a case of...
Have you seen him move? He's like this.
If it
has absolutely like no mobility or any like agility whatsoever.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, right. But if it was a fight and there was a meal, my next meal was in the way, he was in the way of my next meal, I punch him square in the nose.
It's a wrestling match.
Okay.
If it was WWE wrestling.
Mate, if
I didn't say it would be fair.
I said this to you. If it was a wrestling match, I'd suplex you off the top turnbuckle, mate, and then spear you through a table and then throw in a Stone Cold Stunner just for good measure.
I just think this would be the biggest, sweatiest mess going ever.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Absolutely
Most of the sweat coming from him.
Yeah, that's it. He just walks.
You see sweat? Jesus Christ.
He's already sweating now on the podcast.
Probably is, yeah.
Man, come forward on your camera. Get your head on there.
I'm not sweating. I'm actually not sweating. You know what's weird? Since my prep, I haven't really been sweating much.
Oh, yeah.
When you were 250, right?
I wasn't sweating much.
You weren't just like walking to Sainsbury's, just strolling.
I don't sweat much in the gym, do I?
No, he's not sweating. I'm a sweaty person. Like
now, I used to sweat like fuck. Like
really?
What's the reason behind the headband?
What's that?
What's the reason behind the headband?
Stop his sweat.
That's probably stopping. That's probably stopping me from sweating. To be fair, probably absorbing it all.
It's a mental preparation.
Yeah, and that. Yeah.
The thing is, though, you know when you go on the bench,
from the old school Jay Cutler videos, we had the
rag band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like commando.
Yeah.
And he had like his middle blonde part over it.
Jesus Christ.
A cut above, mate. Cut above the rest.
Yeah. It's going to war.
I needed your poncho the other night, Dan. I woke up. Honestly, it felt like I've been swimming in my bed.
Oh, fuck's sake. I'm trying to find...
I woke up, mate. I was freezing cold bed. I got to the bathroom, 5 towels, laying on the bed. And I said to Gab, don't roll over. You're going to get soaking wet. So I was just laying all the towels down and went back to bed.
Oh, you had a sweater?
Yeah, but this was out of the blue, completely out of the blue. So I was woke up in the morning, stripped my bed sheets off.
You're not running any compounds that are notoriously for sweats?
No, I just don't have a clue why. I thought I left my heater on, but I didn't. I was a freak sweat.
I only sweat when the train goes in.
Yeah, I only got on that.
I found. But yeah. Tell you what, we were talking about libido earlier, and I think I've started using finasteride. Just 5 meg of finasteride a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, but it's block. I was about to say that, mate. I was going to go on, then you.
I thought you were going bald.
No. So basically, finasteride is a DHT blocker. So DHT is obviously testosterone converts in the body to dihydrotestosterone, which is common amongst male balding. Yes, I'm not going bald, but also acne. So to stop flare-ups that I've been having when I use higher amounts of testosterone, I've put in 5 meg of finasteride, which is actually working really well, actually, I must admit. But I've noticed that my sex drive isn't as high. It might be prep. Oh, it might be prep. I don't know.
Is that a side effect from finasteride?
Yeah, because a lot of people get limp dick from it.
Oh,
I haven't got limp dick, but the my sex drive is not as much. So Dan sends me all these girls on Instagram, and I just like them now. And I don't even comment.
He doesn't even comment.
He doesn't.
He slides in the comments like,
I send worldies on Instagram, and he's just like, huh.
Well,
Unless
since you started taking this Dastrod, I haven't been sent any either.
Unless
what happens is probably
it's John Jewett.
to go through him, then go to you, mate.
Probably. Unless it's John Jewett's bird.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Roxy.
What's her name? Is it
Roxy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
oh, fucking hell.
She's gorgeous.
Be careful.
Yeah.
So you say you suffer. I didn't realise you get flare-ups of acne then, Dan. Big time.
Yeah, I do. When I run higher test, and when I say higher test, high for me is 500 milligrams.
Yeah.
And if I take my MPP higher as well, my nandrolone, I seem to. But then as I prep, as food gets lower and lower, and the nandrolone comes out, even when the train goes in, my skin totally clears up.
Really?
And a lot of people, like my prep pictures, when I'm like 3 weeks out, people say like, "Oh, is the acne is that genetic or is that through steroids?" I tell them it's a bit of a stupid comment, really, because if you zoom in clearly, it's all like scarring. I've got a lot of scarring. I've got stretch marks all over my back, and that kind of looks, I've got stretch marks and acne scarring as well, little marks. But if you felt my skin, there's no lumps or anything like that. But in the off season, I suffer because the food is so high as well.
Does it get sore? Is it like
no, not sore.
You look at your bed and you see all blood spots. You think, fuck.
No, not like that.
It rolls onto a question that I got. Because I've never suffered from it, is acne treatment whilst on cycle. I mean, the guy who's asked it, he's done about a month.
Well, what you have to take into consideration, so the only treatment that is worth being treated for is using Roaccutane, which is vitamin A, and that will severely deplete your liver enzymes. I've used it myself. I used it stupidly whilst I was using Winstrol and Anavar, which also kill your liver. And tell you what, that took so long. Probably my liver has only just really recovered now, and I did that like 2 years ago.
There is that cream. You heard of the Accutane?
Accutane, yeah.
But it fucking dries your joints, and also it can like really messy your head.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Accutane.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
No, it's Roaccutane is the real word, but everyone calls it Accutane.
Oh, okay.
So, it's vitamin A. But, it's super harsh. I mean, if you want to use it on cycle, I wouldn't use anything that's going to also contribute to your liver panel being compromised. But just remember, if you're going to use it off cycle also, then going to go back on cycle when you discontinue use. It does take a little bit of time for your liver to come back to normal, which it will with Roaccutane. It will come back, but it is fucking harsh, man. Real harsh.
Yeah.
I'd say it's more liver toxic than bloody Anadrol.
Thing is, I think best way. I mean, my first cycle, not first cycle, but my second cycle when I actually used. And my first cycle was just Dianabol, but my second cycle when I used Test, I did actually have some really bad acne, and it's the only time I ever got acne. I never had a problem since, but I mean, I got it bad. Like it was all rashed on my shoulders. It was serious. I didn't think there's any acne at all on there, but this whole area was just spots.
Yeah.
And it was sore to touch.
Yeah, I've never.
That's
like it was all on my back. It was spreaded. It was all like it was rough. And then I did see the doctor, and when I did come off, and he just gave me some antibiotics. I had to run antibiotics for ages. But then when I did my next cycle after quite a few months, I never had a problem.
I think
A lot of that could be the gear you use as well, because a lot of gear, the underground stuff specifically, is heavy in metals.
Yeah,
Compound, and that can cause it as well.
yeah.
So, you know, when you find a good source, stick with that. But more than likely, being your first cycle, you've never experienced that level of testosterone.
Yeah.
It's a new stimulus, and your body's just like, whoa.
I think that's what it was. But I've never had a problem since.
Genetically prone to acne. Being on gear or doing a cycle is only going to promote that. So see, I've never suffered from acne. Even through high school and puberty, I maybe get one spot. Like, that was it. I've always been quite a clear-skinned guy. But I know lads who I was at school with, all their faces were really bad, to the point that it was hurting. And they're on multiple tablets, creams, and they never really got rid of it. And they never touched gear, no nothing. It's just genetically, they had acne.
Yeah.
Now, acne is the only thing I really suffer with.
To be fair, after then, the thing is, the next cycle, I didn't get acne, but what happened to me is I just get fucking hairy. And that's for staying with me. I just fucking look at my face, right? Fucking, it's my rest of my body wants to look like this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's fucking bad. Like, it grows quick.
Mate, I have no body hair at all.
No body hair. So,
Not enough tests.
Huh?
Not enough tests, lad.
Not enough tests.
Hey, I'll just
Someone pin him down.
I have no. The thing is, okay, I'm half Korean, half Iranian. My dad, no hair, no body hair.
Yeah.
My mum, my whole mum's side, they're all like freaking bears, mate. They've got body hair everywhere.
It's Iranian.
Huh?
Iranian, mate.
Yeah, exactly. But and then like my obviously it's probably good that I took after my dad's side in terms of a bodybuilding sense. You know,
it's just my pet peeve, the shaving. Like, there's like Greek in my family, and I'm like, the Greek has got hairy shoulders, all hairy.
The worst one's when your hair and your fucking traps up here gets hairy enough, and it's poking out your shirt and shit.
When I go over to Cyprus and see them, like, they're sitting in chairs like this with these big fucking hairy chests, and like a medallion sitting on them. They're like, "Oh, you're clean shaven." I was like, "Yeah, I hate hair, hate body hair."
Yeah, fuck that. Hiding your gains as well, man. You fucking hiding your chest. Can't be having that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I thought, what's that?
Go on.
I was going to say, women actually like body hair, don't they? I don't fucking get it.
Some do.
Yeah.
Chanel's not a fan.
Is she not?
No, as soon as I get a little bit hairy, she goes, "Oh, you're prickling me."
Yeah, Gabby was like, "Oh, grow your chest hair out and your stomach." I was like, "No, fucking adorable."
Oh, no, not just while you're on prep as well. You see your changes going.
No way.
When you're fat and hairy, you're like, "Yeah, fuck it."
Got in bed the other night.
I
She's like,
don't get
"You
it.
got hairy, smoother legs than I have." I was like, "I know."
Yeah, that's the best.
I don't get it, mate. I don't get it. They say like they just want like a dirty man, or say to her like,
No.
"What? Do you want me to not wipe my ass as well?"
Oh,
Okay,
fuck
I
yeah.
won't do that.
Imagine a hairy, non-wiped ass, 250 fucking Dan there, like, come on, now, I'll give you a go. Just after he's set, like, he's bright red in the face. He goes.
Fucking hell.
Oh man.
Have we got any more questions?
Yeah, I've got a question for Guy. He said, if you could be coached by any bodybuilding guru, who would it be and why?
for me,
Yeah, it's for everyone, isn't it? Is anyone? Because the thing is, my answer. I'll tell my answer after anyone else. I'll give mine first if you want me to go first.
Oh.
Because the thing is, right, this is where I'm at. I don't think I'm not at a stage with my bodybuilding career where I feel like I want to work with Jordan. I picked Jordan. That's who I want to work with. That's who I want to work with. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm at a stage where
You'd need a jump.
I would need a jump, and in my head, I don't think I'll ever need a jump. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've worked so well with Jordan. He's got me so far. That's what I would love. Do you know what I mean? Stick with the same coach. That's sort of
Also broaden your own.
I don't.
But then I think I'd favour a longer client-coach relationship, so they know you in and out. Rather
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say exactly the same thing.
going out. But then there's
I'm gonna change the question just a little bit. Right. So, what coach-athlete relationship in the IFBB Pro League would you most want to have?
One answer to that.
Yeah, I would love to be Flex Lewis.
Exactly.
that's cool.
I think that relationship is just killer.
Yeah.
You know, or like a Cito Sean Roden, or these relationships. That's why they're successful.
I think, do you know, I'd probably favour some more, just a little bit more professional coach relationship. I'm not saying it's not professional, but the more, like you said, with the Cito, just, we have a joke and a laugh, but it would be like just coming to the hotel room to check me, what I look like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's you. But that's not how he deals with Sean.
No. That's what I mean. But that's how I would like to deal. That's my personal preference, I think.
Or like,
I mean, I'm not at that stage of the career where I could make that jump. Do you know what I mean? Once you try to get a pro card a few times, I think that's probably when you could be like, oh yeah. Do you know what I mean? But at the minute, I feel, do you know what I mean? I don't think it really appeals to me too much. And it's such of a question. Asked for like this is what is this question? What's your workout routine at the moment? I'm talking to a lot of people, and I want to create a perfect workout plan. That question's going to be way too long. We're going to be here for an hour. I'm not giving you. Just fucking hell.
That's boring, man.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Always. Oh shit. This is good. Always having knots.
You know what? Probably the best answer to that question is just do the simple stuff.
Yeah.
Do the simple stuff.
The hard stuff.
Don't overcomplicate it and just do the simple stuff. If you saw my training program right now that I'm doing, it's so simple.
Yeah, same here.
It's like barbell squat, deadlift, dumbbell presses, dumbbell flies, bit of like, cable stuff in there. That's it. It's just
maximize your basic lifts. So you can't get anything out of them. This one, Dan will be pretty good at answering this one. Always having knots and sensitive to touch 2 to 3 days after an injection.
Well, use a Theragun, or use a Well, there's a few things here. So that's why I bought a Theragun, and I've told you to use your Theragun for. After your pin, massage it with the Theragun, and hopefully that'll get rid of it. But also look at your gear. If it's knotting up, it's probably way too concentrated, or the oil that you're using, the carrier oil, you're allergic to. So I recently switched over to an MCT oil base that is so fucking smooth. I cannot even describe it. It's like the next day or after the injection, it's like nothing's even happened. You're ready to inject another 2 mil in that site without even knowing it. It's just awesome. So,
as well. Does he say?
Rotate your sites.
I mean, if he's pinning his left out daily, it's just going to be like a rock. You're not even going to be able to get anything in there.
Yeah.
That's simple. Next question.
Okay. You got another one, Josh? Or do you
That's one you answer.
Okay. If you could have a training session with one bodybuilder from the 90s, who would it be? And this is, I'm going to say...
Oh, come on.
I'm going to say this is them in their prime, not now. So a 90s bodybuilder in their prime.
Fuck. That's a really good question. My instant thought was Dorian, and I just thought everyone who's found the 90s. I was like, oh, wow.
It would be Dorian.
It would be Dorian, yeah.
There's people that I know that could train harder, but I wouldn't want to train with them based on the training style they have. So that Mike Francois, strong as fuck, but he trains with such short rest periods. He would fuck me.
I was going to say Mike Francois.
Yeah, well, he's known to squat 7 plates for reps, have like 50-second break, and do it again, then do it again, then do it again.
Disgusting. I would be blowing out my arse. Well, hang on, this is a question for us. How long do you guys take? Like, because I've trained with some people, and I trained with my mate, and he's a lot taller than me, and he fucking flies through his workout. Like
That's
we finished Smith. We finished like Smith squats. And he's like, right, straight into sissy squats. Right, okay, right, that's not too bad. Right, straight working set. Done my one working set that I was going to do. Right, straight into the fucking leg extension. Just go straight into working set. And he's like, fucking. As soon as I finish, he's getting the stuff off. Like, I haven't even like got out of the fucking sissy. He's got the stuff out, gone, and he's already walking down. I'm like, just blowing out my arse. Like, Jesus,
he's not training. He's not training hard enough.
For him, no, because like for him, I think he just could recover a lot better than I can.
Yeah,
he's a lot taller with a lot less probably with a lot less denser muscle. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it's a matter of like not training hard enough. Maybe he is, but he's like his cardiovascular system is that much better. You know, he can recover in between sets. I don't know.
Well, no, I don't care. Okay, there is that, yeah, but I don't care how good your cardiovascular system is. If you've taken, I don't know, a 6-plate squat for 8 reps, fucking force reps, your cardiovascular system might not be taxed at all. It's purely your legs are fucked.
Yeah.
You cannot get up. And I, like, Dan, when we started first training together, I got you to slow down a little bit, didn't I?
Me? No, now I fucking take like, when I'm doing, I take like 5 minutes in between sets. I physically, like today, like in the gym, I had some lads like working in with me, and then it was just like they go, then they were like, oh, do you want to go? And I was just like, mate, no, I can't right now. I need another. You go again. Like I need to, recover more.
And why is that?
It's
because you're fucking too strong. If you're strong, you need rest. You need to rest.
Yeah.
I think it's something you're right. Like about if you're going to absolute failure to the point where someone's had to pull the bar up from you, and then you're like, yeah, come on, let's get another fucking force rep, which probably isn't the best thing to do, but you do it anyway. That like you are so like your head's gone. Like, does anyone know what I mean by that? Like when your head's gone, you've done it. They picked you up the thing, right? And they fucking, because you're a lot stronger than me, Dan. These fucking training partners wrapped it back for me. I've done 2 force reps, and I'm sitting there, and I've gone to my knees a little bit, and my head is spinning. And I just sort of like at that moment, like there's no way I can fucking get my bag. And like, oh, I'm getting to the leg extension. There's no way I can do it.
No, you can't.
And then I'll go, fucking hell. That was a good fucking set. What did I get? And then I'm like, you know what? I need to control my breathing. So I breathe out. Like, just give me my fucking drink. I'm blowing out my arse. Jesus Christ. It's quite hot in here, isn't it? That's not what I'm like. Do you know what I mean? I'm sort of like, fuck.
It's like you almost black out.
No, not like I'm gonna die, but
I've had times and I've just literally after a set of squats, and I've even failed on the bottom and just like pushed the ball.
Yeah.
Fell and lied on the floor for like 10 minutes. Like I haven't even had a sip of water because I'm just that fucked.
Yeah, I like to try and get myself up against the mirror, but then because the best thing about that is when you get up, you can see your outline of sweat. But yeah, I'm that's what I mean. Like I just can't. I'll take like fair enough what Jordan's given with 2 to 3 minutes rest, he says. Right, but sometimes like if I'm that fucked, there's no way like 3 minutes is up, I'm still going fucking hell, do you know what I mean?
Me and Amph, we don't count our rest periods, we just go when we're ready.
Yeah, so, I don't. No way.
Our leg sessions at the minute, like every set is taking a while, man. Like you come off the machine, you have that initial I'm fucked, then for about 5 minutes later, you're still your whole body and your head is twitching. It's just you're not ready to go. You're not ready to go.
As much as training is physical, it comes to a certain point where there's that mental recovery you need from a set.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're taking a set to complete failure where it is life or death. You need to get that. You need to progress, and you need to make sure you progress. That is it. Okay. Making sure, obviously, it's a given that your form stays exactly the same, temper, etc., etc. However, there needs to be some certain mental kind of capacity that you need before you enter to that step.
It's regaining mental clarity. Otherwise, going into the next set again, it's dangerous.
You just crumble underneath the bar.
Exactly.
But then also, it's I think that if you take the adequate amount of rest and you don't rush it, you can get that. Say if you're doing say if you've got 2 sets to do. Sorry, it's got to come up. It was sitting in there for a bit. Sorry, if you've got 2 sets on that second set, instead of rushing and getting it done, if you take that time, you can get everything out of that set again. Do you know what I mean? If you've got like a set of, say if you're an 8 to 10 reps, and you've got a 9, and so it was like, or a 10 force rep or a 9 force rep, and you're just going, you know what? I reckon I could do this way again. We will get those much. You know what? I'm the hardest fucker here. I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? Where you take that little bit of rest, you get everything, and you say, you get your mental head sorted together, and then you fucking get a good fucking so 8 reps, one's forced. Do you know what I mean? You've had that. You've got the best out of that set rather than just going, all right, fucking wicked, 2 minutes up. I best go and do it. Do you know what I mean?
You're different to me, man. You're different to me. If I get 9 reps, all out failure, especially in like on a leg kit or something like that, the next set, if I do the same weight, I'm not getting anywhere near that.
No,
I'm probably getting like 5 or 6.
See, the thing is, sometimes I'll do it. Sometimes I'll do it and I'll go, fuck this shit, I'm fucking doing it. And I just got to wind myself up about something. Or I'll be like, I fucking got this. I was like, I ain't a fucking wet lettuce. And I'll do it and I'll get like 7 would be a force. Where actually I should have gone down.
I'm not gonna lie, but in my head, like say for example, I did a hat squat and I did so many plates for 10 reps. In the second set, I did the exact same weight and I got 10 reps again. That's me. That's to me in that first set. You didn't fucking train. You didn't take it to failure.
Yeah.
And I make sure that I have that logbook there to keep me accountable to that. That's why, coming back to the rest period kind of question, I need to make sure that I have enough rest to make sure that I do progress. Because if I don't have that rest there, then I won't progress.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever done the same weight and got the same amount of reps. I'll always go for a force. I always get 1 force rep. If I've got 10, I'll always try and get one force rep. You sometimes 2, which I shouldn't really do, but I do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we do our force reps. So if we have 2 sets, we do our force rep on the second set.
See, I won't. I will just be like, right, I'm going eyeballs out. Let's fucking go for it. If it's meant to be 10, if I 8 to 10 reps and I'm on 10 and I'm going for it, I'm going up till I get no more. Even if I've done like a crazy boost in strength and I've got 13 reps, I will be like, right, let's go for another one. Just so I need to let myself know that I went to complete failure. I could get no more.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll do.
You go for the rep, but the force rep doesn't count. Then on the second set, you go into the set knowing I'm doing 2 or 3 force reps along with this set. The first set is all out failure. If there's a force rep, there is a force rep, but it's not intentional.
Yeah, I always just make sure I'm either stuck at the bottom or someone's had to force it up. I think it's an insecurity thing for me. But you got to remember, I haven't been training near as long as you guys. Do you know what I mean? I'm still making fucking Virgin gains, really, innit?
I'm not gonna lie. My mentality when it comes to training is just like you lift until you can't lift anymore. Like the amount of times I failed at the bottom of the hat squat, or failed at the bottom of the squat, or failed at the bottom of like a leg press. Like I've literally called myself out of it. I don't give a shit. That's my mind in my head. Like I've taken it to complete failure. That's how I know I've done it. And
do you know what the coolest thing is about the whole thing?
Do it again the next week.
The coolest thing about this whole thing is that you're natural and we're assisted. Yeah, again, one thing that is, it doesn't change is the mentality towards training. We can sit here and have a conversation.
Mate.
So like all this bollocks and people give us shit about being assisted or being natty. Doesn't matter. It does not give a. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think is lovely about bodybuilding. That we can sit and have a chat about it. It doesn't matter.
And I'll say it come from me. Whether or not it comes both ways. If you're natural, don't think it's a crutch that because you're natural that you can't make progress. Because because you're using stuff, you're in gear, that you can use gear and you don't have to work as hard. Oh, fuck any of that.
Yeah, wrong mentality to have.
Complete wrong mentality. You train hard whether you're assisted or not, and you make sure that you get that progress.
It purely is just a preference, doesn't it? It's purely just a preference of whether you want to be assisted or not. Like the mentality in the work, it just stands
It's a personal decision, mate. It's a personal decision.
There is some naturals who are just so black and white about it and will shun everyone who are assisted. That's what's quite refreshing about yourself. Is
Do you know what? Okay, I'll say this, and this is coming from me. I fucking hate those people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they are dickheads.
To be fair, I don't know, mate.
I'm telling you, like I will never ever go around and say like, oh, I'm a natty. I don't like people who are. Do you know what? It's your own personal decision. You do it because if you want to do it. Honestly, for me, it scares the living shit out of me. That's why I don't do it. And you know, it's your own personal decision, mate. You don't need to back others.
There's people who let down the side on both camps. Like I'm getting sick of the assisted kind of crowd at the minute because they like. You're right. There are naturals that will say, "Oh, it's because I'm natty," but then there are assisted guys that just do not give a fuck about training or nutrition. Really, they focus on the drugs, and that's why they look shit.
There's more about just a shot than a mill.
Yeah, the hard work that what gets you the results.
Yeah, man. I think natural bodybuilding, assisted, it's all fucking bodybuilding.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when it comes to actually watching it, I mean, I think we can all agree we do prefer to watch the pros.
Yeah,
because
I'd say so.
It's like. You're gonna say that. It's like tag rugby versus normal rugby.
Yeah. It comes back to the point of what brings in more money.
Yeah.
What brings in more money? You want to see a freak on stage. You rather see a freak on stage rather than see a natural bodybuilder. Do you know what I mean? Like, why the Mr. Olympia is the Mr. Olympia? Because it's got the most revenue and money behind it. It's a business.
Yeah. It was a business.
While we got you on here, Dan, and we're talking a little bit about pro bodybuilding, I'd like to hear your Arnold Classic prediction.
Arnold Classic prediction. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know who's in it at the moment. Give me the names, and I'll know the names.
All right, so we got Bonac, Cedric, Rami, Sergio. What's his name? The guy who trained with Phil Heath a lot. Do you know what I mean? Patrick Moore.
Yeah.
We got
Jake Nepopoulos, is he? Did you got it as well?
No, that's the Australia, mate.
Have you
Nathan Diasha.
Have you got Dexter doing it as well? You say
Josh Lenartwitz, Dexter.
Oh man, that's a stacked lineup.
Yeah, mate.
Big Rami's doing it.
Big Rami, man. How long has he been away from the stage? Just a year, isn't it?
Just a year.
Yeah.
Jeez. And you got Bonac.
Mate, it's a fucking stacked lineup.
So many names there. I wouldn't be surprised if Bonac takes it.
No, I wouldn't.
No, honestly. Dexter.
Goes without saying, doesn't it?
You know, you always say that Dexter's on his way out, but then he just comes back and he just absolutely destroys everyone. Like he's born in a lab. Like he's born for this. Like
Steve Kluko's doing it as well.
Sorry?
Steve Kluko. Come top.
Okay, yeah. I'd say who else was there? Cedric.
Cedric, Sergio Olivier Jr. He's actually looking pretty nasty at the minute.
I'd say top three. I think it will go Bonac, Rami, and then Cedric.
I think that if Rami gets anywhere near the top three, he's on, and if he's on, he's winning.
Yes,
but if he's at all off, he's outside totally.
Oh, of
Because
course.
the Arnold, I don't know if you knew, but the Arnold compared to the Olympia is more of a condition show because the judges are closer to the stage. In the Olympia, the judges are actually very far away from the stage. Yeah, the VIPs are before the judges. So that's why you notice people say the Olympia is a big man show.
Oh.
That makes total sense. I know, yeah, because the
Just
judges do
about
sit
20,
pretty
30 feet from the stage at Olympia. You've got about 10 lines of fucking seats before the judges.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not just
So for the Arnold, you need to be super conditioned. So I'm thinking that suits Bonac more, perhaps.
yes.
To be fair, don't you agree that there's a lot of people in that lineup that whoever comes in on the money, that any of them could fucking have it?
Yeah.
It's like if
I
Cedric
think,
comes on fucking 100%, he could take that. And do you know what I mean?
I'd like to see a battle.
Crazy.
I'd like to see a battle between Cedric,
Big Red.
Sergio, Patrick Moore.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah, because they're all fucking like, God, sort of guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just their lines and their
Yeah,
shape.
so that-
Crazy.
Depending on who comes in and shaping that could be a fucking the top three. Do you know what I mean?
I am looking forward to seeing what Sergio looks like after a couple of years off.
How many weeks out is it? 3 or 4? It's in March,
3.
isn't it?
Well,
3.
3 or 2.
Fucking, I'm getting a boner already. I can't fucking wait. Just sit there like with the phone. It's so good watching it and fucking putting it on the live stream for the Xbox.
was Sergio's last show the New York Pro?
No, he did the Olympia.
He did, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he do the show, the same one as, was it the Cali?
No, he did. So he qualified for the Olympia. He did
He
a
did
couple
win the
of
New York,
shows.
didn't he? Didn't he?
Yeah.
So he didn't do the Olympia last year.
No.
He did the Olympia the year before. So he did win New York, his first ever show, but he didn't go to the Olympia that year because he didn't think he was ready. The year after, he did a couple of shows. So I remember him doing Chicago because he's actually from Chicago, and obviously where his dad's from as well. And he came second to Michael Lockett, but he went to the Olympia on points, and he got fucked over really because he got on stage for the first time Olympia, and they put him straight next to Big Ramy. That wasn't a good start for him, really, was it?
Did he do the one? Nathan and Sass did it. What competition was that?
That was a
California.
It was. He did that show, didn't he?
And New York. No, that was the year after.
It was. Oh, okay. All right. Because I remember that because that's when Sass come on and everyone. It was like Sass versus Nathan, wasn't it?
Man, I hope Sass comes back.
It was like, did anyone see that fucking photo he put up? I think you commented on it, Dan.
Probably.
It was like, oh, shall me and Cito work together again?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh,
I think Joe Cross said because he's quite close to Sass, and then he's a bit more. He's being a bit more personal at the minute, like getting his family and that on track. So I think he's put bodybuilding to the back of his mind for a little bit, as much as he can.
that'd be sick.
So that's someone who could definitely be a top 5 Mr. Olympia compared to.
I mean, Sassen's always had like a pretty sloppy off season, hasn't he? Food wise, he sort of like eats if and when he wants to. By up most days.
Fucking freak, man.
It's like Iranian genetics, mate.
He's ridiculous.
That's a freak right there. All right. Someone responded to me.
Fun question. Let's answer. Well, fun. I'll say that.
Should we do one more and then call it a day?
Yeah, one more question. It's got to be a good one.
Okay. Which other, if any, sport and icons do you look up to, respect, or draw motivation from? So outside of bodybuilding.
The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock. He's here, and coming from me being like a wrestling fan as well, like ever since I was a kid, just him, he was my favorite wrestler, and then just also his kind of work ethic outside of the wrestling business and his kind of film as well. Yeah, mate, his relentless, pursuit for his goals. Yeah,
I think I agree with that. The Rock, people like some MMA fighters like Conor McGregor and people like that. Some older ones I used to like back in the day as well. Stuff like Anderson Silva, used to people like that.
My one, I don't know if you follow rugby. It was an All Blacks player called Jonah Luma. Luma.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Just how he carried himself through life, like, and his work rate. Yeah, he had like liver cancer, and he was still playing without, like, he didn't ever let it worry him, or the pain worry him until it was like last days. He was just a mountain of a man as well. I've never seen a winger carry that much tissue. It was like 19 stone on a winger, and like how he carried himself through life, and his family was paramount. You know.
He used to like smash through people. It's like
Yeah.
crazy. I've seen videos of him.
There's videos of him, and he's running down the wing, and he's got like 3 or 4 people hanging off him. And
I know. It's mental.
Yeah, he's something else.
But it's not just that as well. But it's also like all these idols that they are so successful, but at the same time, there's a certain amount of class that they have behind it as well.
Yeah.
Which is so cool to see.
Present them well.
Yeah, exactly. And just shows that, you know, they continue to be successful because they are carrying themselves with class, and they are humble as well. Really good to see.
Luma, he comes from like a Polynesian background, like New Zealand. So the way you carried yourself was like a representation of your family. Like, it was disrespectful to be anything other than that.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
That's quite a nice thing to live by.
Yeah, I think just pulling motivation from anything that work hard. I can sort of pull motivation from people that are non-sport related. There's people who just believe, and you know, they believed in what and they worked hard and they achieved. Just like people who are working towards what they want. Do you know what I mean? That's sort of they believe they can do it and just fucking work relentlessly to get there.
Oh,
Mine, I've got so many, man. Like, I've even got footballers actually I look up to, which is odd because football's a bit of a pussy sport. Rugby players, yeah, I know, but I'm gonna say someone who sticks out to me that I kind of looked up as a kid is Mike Tyson. Now, people say he was an absolute nutcase, which he was. And if you listen to any podcast, he recently did a podcast with Joe Rogan. He kind of reflects on who he was. But you can really see there's something in there that only could exist if he was going to do what he was going to do. He was world heavyweight champion of the world. So he was the baddest motherfucker on this earth at the age of 19.
Yeah, I think I've seen that podcast.
If you put that into perspective, that's stupid.
He's the most feared man on earth at 19 years old. He had a hard upbringing. And yeah, he did a lot of things wrong in his life. Drugs, you know, he abused his girlfriend. But he reflects on these stuff and he says, you know, much like Dorian Yates says, that wasn't me. And I'm trying to forget that person. And all of that. But it's more interesting for me, not looking at athlete in their prime, but how they come out of their prime.
Yeah.
And how they reflect. And you see, in most cases, the higher the rise, the bigger the fall when they come out of that sport. People like Lance Armstrong, he was a mess after they took away his medals, obviously, for what he got caught for. I mean, unjustly, in my opinion. But Dorian Yates, he went through depression after bodybuilding. It's these people, and Mike Tyson as well, they have to try and find themselves after, because throughout the whole life, they've been defined by their sport. They've had nothing else because you can't have anything else. There's no such thing as balance when you're trying to be the best at what you do.
110% on that.
So Mike Tyson, for me, was just an interesting case. I remember him, he quoted when he was talking to Joe Rogan. If anyone listens to Joe Rogan, try and find that podcast, because he said his 16-year-old asked him, he wants to get into boxing, and he laughed at him. He said, no, you really don't want to do that. Imagine getting in the ring with an animal like me.
Did he say to me, "You're not built for it. You weren't built like me. You didn't have the
there's
mentality."
Such a thing. No, if you come into the world with a good upbringing, there's some things you just can't do. I believe. I think you have to do some of the things like Mike Tyson, these people have done. I think you need to be
a little bit tapped in the head. Just tapped in the head.
You need a reason to be hungry. Like Dorian Yates, he started bodybuilding because he was in prison. He had nothing else. That was his only way. That was his only way. If you've got one option, you're not going to leave anything to chance.
Yeah, he says that in the documentary, doesn't he? Have you guys seen that documentary?
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. I might watch it tonight. It's fucking quality. And he's like, he talks about that prison guard. Was like, look, you could do this weights thing, or you could be with these guys in here. And then he was just like, well, I'm a lot smarter than the rest of these guys in here, and I think this is something good I could be good at. And that's just crazy how he just went up and did it. Why have you got a torch? What the fuck's going on? What the fuck is going on? All right, let's just gonna finish the podcast right here because it's 2 hours and I need a fucking meal. And it's obvious I think I'm getting big.
We need a quote of the week.
Well, I was smashed out of the park last week with my quote, so someone else.
No, I'm not a lyrical genius, so my quote would be just get fucking massive and do the necessary.
My quote would be stop being a bitch.
See? That's meathead quotes. They're the good ones.
I'm the New Day Shakespeare, so I'm like.
We'll end with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, in that interview he had with, was it Holyfield? Was it that fight, or was it? Might have been Holyfield, where he said he was going to eat his children.
Fucking hell.
Jesus, mate.
Fucking hell. What a crazy motherfucker. All right, on that note, let's get a meal and let's get big. All right, until next time, guys. Take it easy.
Quick one. Thank you for Dan for coming on. Appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely.
And, I'll be talking to you, obviously, regularly, as I do anyway. But for everyone else, we wish you a good off-season. And I know you'll get that pro card next time you step on stage. No other option.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, cheers for coming on, buddy.
Cheers.
Right, guys.
I'm out.
Sweet.
See you tomorrow, Dan.
See ya. Oh, 1 minute, Amp. You're coming to mine at 10.
Yeah.
We train